welcome to this little Zoom recording. So what I wanted to do, I had a bunch of questions around what is the most effective way to goal set and to do journaling. And so what I've done is I've put together a PDF for you guys that has a bunch of journal prompts and templates to reflect on 2021 and set your goals and intentions for 2022. But what I'm going to do in this video is actually break it down step by step and give you guys access to this document as well so that you can go through it with me. So if you haven't received the PDF, all you need to do is jump onto my website, which is www.wildfoxway.com. Head to the tab up the top that says Fitness Guides, click on that and find the guide that has 2021 reflections and intentions. If you click on that, there's a PDF link and you'll be able to download this document onto your computer. And then I'm going to talk you through it step by step in this video. So bear with me for a second while I just share my screen. I'm an expert PT and fitness coach, not so expert at tech, so hopefully this works, but you should be able to see the document now. So let's go through this together step by step. Okay, so this first page here is our 2021 reflections. So I know that 2021 was a tough year for so many people navigating different things with COVID and being separated from loved ones, but this is our opportunity to really come together and go inward and really reflect on some of the really great times and accomplishments and lessons that you learned in 2021, and then take some of that energy into your goal setting and intention setting for the year that is ahead. I cannot believe it's already January. Okay, so first question up there is just your summary of 2021. So I want you to think about your biggest accomplishments and really celebrate yourself and some of the lessons that you learned and just your overall feelings towards the year as well. Now, I'll preface this by saying that there's no right and wrong way to go about this. There's no right and wrong way to be feeling about it. Just write whatever comes through and just be really honest with yourself in these reflections. And that's going to really help you set yourself up for the year ahead as well. Then we come down and we've got a few different other reflection questions. So what areas you spent most of your energy? So that might have been career, it might have been your relationships, it might have been your finances, it might have been personal development, but just getting really clear on where a lot of your energy was spent in 2021. And then also looking at the achievements and successes of each of those areas, times when you felt most energized and alive. So really reflecting, and this might surprise you. You might be surprised by some of the things that really made you feel alive and gave you energy as well, as we drew our attention towards many different things in 2021. Then you're going to come down and have a think about the times when you might have felt a little more disempowered or just patterns of behavior that weren't working for you as well. And then that's going to help you answer these next three questions, which are things I will say yes to in 2022, things I will say no to, and the areas that you want to improve in the year ahead as well. So just taking a little bit of time to go through those just to set the tone and to really understand the year that has been. Okay, then we're going to go into a little bit of gratitude, because as I said, there's a tendency when we have tough years to really think about, you know, all of the tough times, but there would have been so many amazing times that you had in 2021 as well. So I want you to think of 10 things that you want to write down here to be really grateful for the year that was. And then we're going to move forward and do our 2022 intentions. Now, this section here, you may want to revisit each quarter of the year as well, so you can come back and reflect on the goals. But what I want you to do first is have a think about your overall theme for 2022. So if you're thinking of starting a family this year, you know, your overall theme might be starting a family, or it might be buying a house, or it might be starting a business, or it might be bringing your theme into your health and fitness and having the healthiest, strongest, fittest year of your life. Whatever it is, I want you to come up with whatever your overarching theme is, and then break it down into your 3-month goals and your 12-month goals. Now, when you're doing goal setting, there is no right or wrong way to do it. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about it. I find that one way that works really well is to have a look at those areas that you wanted to bring more focus to in 2022 and really think about your action steps and your goals in each of those areas as well. So for example, if your finances is something that you want to focus on, really having some tangible goals for your finances in the next 3 months and the next 12 months is going to really help you then break those down into action steps as we move further through this document. Okay, then we go down into our I am daily mirror affirmations. Now, some of you will be familiar with these, and for some of you, this might be brand new. So I'm just going to break it down and explain it in a really simple way. But basically, when we say the words I am, that is our biggest declaration that we can make into the world about our identity and ourself and how we feel towards ourselves as well. So when you're doing your I am statements, you want them to be something that is really powerful, possibly something that makes you feel a little bit stretched or that you don't necessarily believe yet that you want to actually start to embody. So for so many of the women that I work with, this comes back down to confidence. So a lot of the women that I work with would have "I am confident" as one of their "I am" statements. And I get them to write it on a little Post-it note or write it up on their mirror. And every single morning they meet themselves in the mirror, look at themselves and say their statement. So "I am confident." And it might feel a little bit weird when you're first starting out, but the more that you can apply this daily and start to really feel that embodiment of what it feels like to be confident, or what it feels like to be successful, or what it feels like to feel that sense of self-worth, I am worthy, you know, these things can be really, really powerful, because where our focus goes, energy flows. So if you're focusing on your negative self-talk and all the things that are wrong with yourself, then you're also reiterating that on a daily basis. And I'm not immune to this, we all do it. So it's really important to come back to those grounding "I am" statements that are what we want to be embodying in 2022. Okay, moving forward, we're going to go into what we have now is a daily sort of goal setting template, and then a weekly overview template as well. So I'm going to start with the daily one. So obviously this is our make it happen. This is where we start to bring our action steps into place on a daily basis and really start to come back to our purpose and our why and our overall theme for the year. So you're going to write down obviously the date. So today is, and then you can put the date in. And then I want you to come back to the question every single day of who do I want to be in 5 years? And what intention can I set today? So when you think about the person that you want to be in 5 years' time, you know, what does that look like? What does she say? How does she behave? Who is she communicating with? Who's in her circle? You know, all those sorts of things. What does your life look like? Where are you living? And then have a think about an intention that you can set for the day ahead that's going to move you towards that. So that's going to help you then set your top 3 priorities for the day, your health and self-care priorities as well. And then I've done meals. So obviously I've kept this in the health and fitness realm, given that I am a fitness coach. So some of this will be relevant. This might be something that you want to use, or you might want to find your own way to do these as well. But what I've put is basically 1, 2, 3, 4 for your meals. So you can start to track your food, or just tracking your meals and really being clear with where you're at and the things that you need to focus on or create more action around. I am a firm believer of the saying that what gets measured gets managed. So the more that you can reflect on a daily basis and track some of these things, the more attention you're bringing, and the more you're going to be able to build that self-discipline as well. And then that final piece on this sheet is things that I accomplished today. So that's something you can come back to at the end of the day and just really come back into that practice of gratitude for the day that's been, so that you can have a really beautiful quality of sleep as well. Okay, moving forward into our weekly template. So you're going to set your top 3 priorities for the week, your appointments and your events. If you're bringing your attention to your finances, you might want to have a savings goal for the week. And again, if you're on the personal development side and you're trying to build some new habits, we've got book I'm reading, skill I'm practicing, to-do list, and then your habits as well. So I know that for a lot of the women I work with, habits and building better habits is a really big piece for them. And a lot of them will start with things like, you know, reading 10 pages a day, or having a cold shower, or drinking 3 liters of water, or practicing breath work. So whatever your habits are, I've made it really simple and put it into this template so you can write them down and then tick them off each day as well. So this might be a template that you want to have stuck on your fridge at the start of the week as well. And then at the bottom, you can come back to this at the end of the week and just have a look at what worked well, what didn't work, what you want to do more of, what you maybe need to do less of. And again, coming back to your gratitudes and any epiphanies or lessons that you had within that week too. Okay, moving on, we're nearly there. This next piece is one of my favorite things. This one might take you a little bit more time, so don't feel like this is something you have to rush. It might be something that takes you a few weeks and you keep coming back to as well. But what I want you to do is have a think about the end of this year. So in 12 months' time, what do you want your life to look like? And I really want you to give yourself permission to dream, which can be quite hard to do at times, which is why it might take you a little bit longer as well. But like I've written here, it can be easy to allow fear to hold you back from declaring and creating a clear vision of what you want your life to be about and how you wish to feel and live. So you might want to take 45 to 60 minutes to just close your eyes and jump into a meditation and really start to think about that vision that you have for your life. Where do you want to be living? Who are the people you want closest to you? How do you want to feel each day? And what do you want your days to look like? So much is possible in just 1 year when we start to bring our focus into the right areas and take that applied, consistent action on a daily basis as well, which is what this whole PDF is all about. It's just really starting to bring your focus into the right areas. Okay, so what you're going to do now is once you have that clear vision and you know where you want to be in 12 months time, you're going to start to write it out like a story, the story of your life, but you're going to write it as if you already have it. So you're going to say in present tense. So I've given the example here of, in terms of friendships, you might want to say something like, I have the best group of friends who are open-minded and inspire me to be the best version of myself. Or it might be, you know, I wake up every day feeling really excited. I jump in a cold shower, I get ready for my day, I go to the gym, and then I go to work, and this is what work looks like for me. And you might talk about, you know, the most lit up version of yourself at work. Okay, so that's a fun exercise for you guys to go through. I'm just going to scroll through and try and keep this video nice and short and sweet. Okay, then we come down to action steps. So now I've broken it down obviously into the areas that are most relevant for my clients, because we are working in the health and fitness space. So I've come up with health, personal growth, career, and fun and recreation, but you can have whatever titles and themes you want. And then you're just going to come up with 2 to 3 action steps that you can take over the next 3 months. To start moving towards that goal. So you might want to break it down into daily action steps. You might want to break it down into monthly action steps, whatever feels good for you. This is a template that you can keep coming back to and do whichever way feels right for you. But again, it's just to start you thinking out of the big goals and into the tangible action steps that you can be taking. So let's break it down and give you an example. If you want to have an action step for your health to be to work out every day, then I want you to break that down and have exactly what you're going to do on a weekly basis for that as well. So it might be 3 gym sessions a week. It might be hiring a coach. It might be whatever it is, you know, that you want to do. It might be doing 30 minutes of yoga daily, but just really having that tangible action step that you can start to do each day to build that self-discipline muscle as well. Okay, and then finally, I've put together just a really fun sheet here just to kickstart your January. Again, you can use this any month, it doesn't have to be January, but these are just little things that you can tick off if you need a little bit of guidance around some of those self-care practices or just things that can get you out of your comfort zone a little bit. So we've got things like float tank session, create a hype up playlist, you know, so if one of your goals is to work out daily, having a playlist that's really, really going to get you in the mood to work out can be a really powerful thing as well. So you want to start to create as many beautiful habits that are going to move you towards those goals as possible. So things like doing something you've never done before, you know, or starting a DIY project or watching the sunset. So this is just a little list. And again, you can add your own in or you can create your own template, but I thought I'd just give you guys something a little bit fun to kickstart the year with. And that's it. Hopefully that was really helpful. If you've got any questions at all, or you want a little more clarity on how to use this document, then please feel free to email me, shenoa@wildfoxway.com, or leave me a comment. But yeah, hopefully this has been helpful, and have fun. Have a lot of fun creating your vision for 2022.